What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the driveway, and welcome back in our old friend, the second gen. Well, it has been some time since the truck's been back on the channel, and in preparation for Truck Mania, which is coming up here in June, I wanted to get some more maintenance done before we got back into racing. Not that I'm saying I've seen any issues, but just some things that I think we needed to address. So if you guys remember previously in my maintenance video, which was about the end of the previous year, I had made a mention that I absolutely hate these stock fuel filter housings on these old second gens. I can't stand them. They're a pain in the butt trying to work around them, and to be honest with you, they are a air leak and fuel leak point on these trucks after they get to a certain point. So why did I bring this up? Well, our friends over at Pure Diesel Power, that's right, they make a great billet piece, and obviously we're gonna have a nice spin-on filter. Look at that Fleet Guard filter. That is massive right there, completely massive. And this kit pretty much includes everything that you're gonna need to install it on your truck. So you don't have to go anywhere, you don't have to get anything, you get all the O-rings, everything you need to install the kit. So set you guys up on a time lapse. We're going to remove the old one so we can do kind of a side-by-side comparison of just the filtration difference we're going to see an improvement with that new unit. Alright guys, sorry about that. The time lapse wasn't great. It's very limited space in there, but I'll go ahead and give you kind of a quick rundown on what's needed in order to remove it. So basically, if you still have the factory mounting studs, which would basically be right there in that location, right next to the intake manifold temperature sensor, they should be, I believe they're 10mm studs, and you can pretty much just walk those right out. Down there, if we can see here, hang on one second. All right, so you should have a 9/16 line right there coming right off your transfer pump. Now you don't have to remove it, but just I'd recommend loosening it to get it out your way. And also the overflow valve you may also have to loosen. So let's take a look and do a quick comparison from the old unit to the new one. All right, so right off the bat, you can see filtration completely differs. So these you can pick them up anywhere, you can get them everywhere, but yet they're a known failure point. They can leak. There's a lot of O-rings on top here. They can blow out over time, and well, they just don't do their job. Filtration's not really that great. Now you look at this guy right here. This is the one she told you not to worry about. This guy right here, you can just tell right off the bat, it's a lot larger element. This is something you'd find more towards the heavy equipment side. I'm down with that. That one is definitely a big deal. So then it'll go back to the filter housers. So look, this is your old crusty Mopar filter houser. Well, to the new one, the comparison's not there at all. I mean, I'd much rather go with this guy every day of the week. But as far as mounting goes, everything as far as measurements go are the same. It'll line right back up in your factory mounting location. The only addition that you may have to do is if you're running a pressure sensor, you can run it right off the MPT plug right there. If not, just go ahead and use some thread sealant and run that in. And pretty much the way you removed it is the way you install it. I removed it all in one piece, but you can pretty much just go ahead and meal piece it, install the head, and then put your fittings in and everything like that, and install your filter. So that's pretty much it. There's not a whole lot else to it. Again, they come with all the new O-rings that you're going to need, and for some reason, if something goes south on you while you're doing the install or the removal, line breaks, or hey, I needed additional O-rings that maybe weren't a part of the kit, which would probably be maybe 2 different ones, but aside from that, you can get all that through Pure Diesel Power. Again, right off their website, they sell a lot of OE, genuine Cummins parts, seals, lines, everything you're going to need to get the install done. So let's go ahead and put you back onto the time lapse, do the install, and let's check it out. Let's see what it looks like. now that we're all installed, let's take a look at it from the top angle. And let me get these lines out the way. Just look how good that piece looks. Got that big old filter down in there. Obviously, there's a lot of benefits to this kit, and for the price, you can't beat it. You're getting everything you need to do to install it on the truck. You don't need to order anything additional. Now, I will note though, if you want to utilize the water and fuel sensor, you have to order their fabrication kit. Basically, they have a different filter they put on there where the bottom of it's open. You spin on the sensor and it hooks up to your factory location. There may be some splicing needed on that situation, but aside from that, this kit right here will work out fine for me. I didn't really have a need for it, as I don't really have a whole lot of fuel system issues. So we're going to go ahead and prime the fuel system, check for leaks, and give this girl a start and see what she sounds like, see if our fuel pressure is holding well, and then I think we're good. All right, guys, so that's the install. Again, not a big job by any means. For the most part, hand tools can get you away with this. You don't even need to use really power tools, electric tools, any of that stuff. You can do this all by hand. The line that's off of the transfer pump, again, 7/16. 9/16. The banjo bolts that are on the top of the filter housing, those are 17 millimeters. You have a 13 millimeter that's on top of the feed side. That's also a part of the return circuit. And then from the overflow valve, you're going to have the 10 millimeter bleeder screw that I use, and I think most guys use to bleed these trucks out when they change the filter. The only O-rings you do not receive in this kit are going to be for the return side that comes off of the injection rail. That right there is the only O-rings you do not get in the kit. But again, if you're worried about it, or yours have never been touched or never been replaced, go onto their website. Again, puredieselpower.com. Get yours from there. Again, they sell only genuine OE parts as far as for lines, seals, gaskets, O-rings, all that stuff can be purchased through there. And before we close the video out, let's get one more look at it, because I can't stop staring at it. I don't know, you can't be a guy if you don't enjoy billet parts. And something about billet parts on a 12 valve, you know, kind of like how Derek Rose is doing his thing right now with the whole billet block. Maybe one day I can get to that point. But let's take a look at it again. I mean, that's just a clean piece right there. Those guys really put together a great piece. And anybody you see on the market right now that's about it, they're more than likely copycatting, because that's the OG right there. That's the original one. So I'm gonna leave you guys off with that. Until the next one, guys, do what you always do. Like, share, subscribe, P-Pump the world, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Well, what am I going to do with this? I mean, ain't nobody going to want one of these. Plus, this one sucked, so I guess we'll just go ahead and yeet.